Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Stage Diving with Scotty. Today, my guests are Shaun and Bryan from the band Black It Out. How you doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. So, Bryan, are you the quiet one?
I am, yes.
You're very chill. Shaun, I've gathered you're ready to go, man.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah, let's get this rolling.
So, do you guys do these very often at all?
No, not really.
Like podcast or anything
No.
like that? No.
Nobody really likes us.
well, actually, I just got done briefly talking with your boy from Promise Game about being on. So,
Colin?
yeah, I think it is Colin. Yes, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so I mean, I know you guys have somebody liking you.
We like him too.
And you guys actually okay? So we had our little tag back and forth. I can't remember if it was both between Bryan and you, Shaun, as far as being from Sacramento. So I don't remember the whole conversation, but I knew it. You guys were NorCal, and then it kind of like branched off a little bit. Or
Yeah, no,
where are you
we
at
we
now?
started in Northern California, up in like Placer County area. And then eventually, bands split up and members moved, and I'm actually in like the Los Angeles area now, and Sean's in Central California.
Who lived where?
I was in Lincoln.
Lincoln.
So,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
you're exactly at where I'm at.
yeah. Yeah, I was there last weekend visiting family.
Hmm.
We should have done this last weekend.
Oh man.
Or you should have. Bryan, you dropped the ball, bro.
Oh, poor
we
me.
could have done one in live and one online. That'd have been kind of cool.
Oh, that would have been tight. Yeah.
What did you notice then, and what do you notice now since you've moved? Any kind of difference between the scenes in your areas?
I think, for me, when I was living there, there was like this new country transition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where I was seeing a lot of the people were like kind of getting into country, starting to wear cowboy hats, drive big trucks around. And I haven't been there in a while. And when I went back this weekend, I'm like, this is not the area I grew up in. Everybody's wearing cowboy hats and listening to country, and it was kind of weird. I felt like I was in Texas actually.
And you didn't get that this time around?
Yeah, it felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a cowboy hat around for
No?
a long time.
Oh, for real? No, I feel like that's like all I saw. I was just like immersed in like country music while I
Okay.
was there.
And what about you, Shaun? Did you notice any kind of difference between from being here and then going to where you're at?
Oh, you know what? I got to be honest with you. I kind of live under a rock in Central California. I kind of keep my head down. I go to work, I come home, go to work, I come home, and that's really it. I hang out with my wife, and I'm kind of like really awful with the scene around. I'm kind of an internet person because like this is where I met you. I met you on the internet, and I kind of chat with everybody. And if I find somebody interesting, I'll be like, "Yo, what's up, dog?" And there's a few musicians around me. I mean,
Yeah.
I work as a musician, not like I'm a therapist. I can't really. Okay, I'm a music therapist, so I'm around musicians all the time. So I chat with people, but I don't really go to the music scene because I kind of suck.
Do you not go to any shows or anything like that when anybody's around in town, or no local shows? Check out local
Oh, my
bands, nothing like
goodness.
that.
No, I suck. I really suck. I watch YouTube. My friends drop a music video. I'm all, oh yeah, hit that space bar, and I'm like, in my room. But like I don't know. Cause maybe it's because where I live right now. I'm not gonna tell you where I live right now
Oh yeah,
because
that's
I live like an hour and a half away from everything. So there's no local scene. I didn't really want to say that, but because where I live is the middle of nowhere, and that's kind of why I'm always on the YouTube. And
well, even with that though, and wouldn't you see because you are an internet guy? Would you be able to see, see who's playing, around, even if it's, 'cause there's got to be some like top bands you would like want to see live and whatnot around
oh,
you.
you mean like any band, like in the
Yeah,
world?
guess any band, whoever you want to see, whoever you like who would you go travel for?
Oh, I've done that multiple times actually. Man, Yeah, I thought we were talking about the local scene. I'm like, yeah, I suck. Sorry, Scotty, but I'm who have I gone and so what was the last concert? I forgot. I
I
really
think
forgot.
I think you came out here right before the pandemic. You came down to me, stayed at my place for a little bit, and we went and saw Motionless in White and
Oh yeah,
Ice
Ice
Nine
Nine Kills.
Kills.
That was
Yeah,
tight.
I would
That was
say
so tight.
that's a lineup. How was that?
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking
There was some really good bands
awesome.
there.
Was it a fest of some sort, or was it just like a good collaborative?
No,
like,
it was just at House of Blues.
Dude,
wow.
that was
Dang.
before. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. I was like, I'm just surprised. Wow, that'd be a sick show.
It was so sick. They actually Ice Nine Kills actually opened. That's how it was like a long time ago. They actually opened. That was before they dropped the Silver Scream. So it's like way
Okay.
before they grew to this gigantic, huge band. So yeah, like I said, it's really hard to since the pandemic. Like I just kind of keep my head down and go to work and hope I don't get sick.
All right. Well, what about you, Brian? Do you just kind of go out to local shows and big shows, or you kind of
I don't really go to
keep it chill
shows that
too?
much anymore. I used to
Oh,
go to shows all the time. I mean, like Sean and I used to go to shows when we lived
all the
up
time.
in Northern California. Every weekend we were. You remember the Underground Cafe? It was in Roseville. It was like
Gotta remember the underground,
a
bro.
venue that was like it was part of a church, but it was
In
like a
Roseville.
venue. All of the scene kids played there, all the screamo bands.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes,
Yeah, we
that's
used to
still
hang
rad, I
out
think.
there. Yeah, we used to hang out there all the time, like
And the
every weekend.
boardwalk.
Before me
And the
and
Boardwalk.
Sean
boardwalk.
were, yeah, before me and Sean even were like playing in bands together, we would just kind of run into each other there. And I was like, hey, man, you're a cool guy. Like, I remember you. Let's hang out.
That's actually kind of how we really got to know each other, which is super weird. You were in like what a totally different band. What would you call you guys? What'd you call yourselves?
These dying days.
These Dying Days.
Sounds like a metal band, hardcore band.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a screamo, like My Chemical Romance, the used kind of a
Okay.
mixture, that early 2003, 4 kind of sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
But
that's
yeah,
how you guys met. Actually, was
yeah,
through that.
yeah, Sean used to, I think he was friends with one of the band members. And so he would come
Brandon.
out. Yeah, he would come out and watch us play. Our bassist, his amp broke one time. So Sean loaned us his amp. And that was kind of really how our friendship developed.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the only shows I saw actually at the Underground Cafe was the Chariot and Norma Jean all at once, and it was so cool to have.
I saw that show.
Were you there?
Yeah.
That was one of my first ones because I always heard about the Chariot and Norma Jean. This was when I was starting to get back into the music industry or the scene.
Is Ace of Spades still around?
Still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the venue for a minute that all the big bands were coming to.
It still is. But what's cool too is I know I'm getting to know like some more local bands and people of that band, like Christian from the band Fake It. Have you heard of Fake It?
No.
Very kind of like indie emo rock kind of. You ever heard of maybe like Webbed Wing or
I
Pedro
haven't.
the Lion?
Yes.
Okay, kind of along those lines. Kind of along those lines.
Okay.
Really good. Check them out. Local band.
You
Fake
said
It, so.
you said Fake It. All right. I'm gonna make a mental note of that.
All right, so that's okay. So you guys met through up here through your bands, and so Sean, what band were you in that you found Brian?
I was just there chilling.
Oh,
I was just chilling, just chilling, watching my homie's band. Because like he said, Brandon, our mutual friend Brandon was in that band, and I'm just chilling, going, "Yo, what's good?" And and I started going to all their shows because like everyone was chill, and then like like Brian said, the bass amp broke, and I was like, I have a bass amp, and then we all became like super good friends, and actually their bassist left, and then I joined that band for a little bit, and sadly their drummer was so attached to that bassist that that kind of helped destroy that band, and then Brian and I kept in touch, and just kind of happened.
Real quick, who actually yells? Does most of the yelling? Is it you, Sean, or is it you, Brian, on some of the songs?
Define yelling.
Yeah, it
like
depends on the song.
Real screaming, like hardcore screaming.
Oh, that's Brian.
That's me.
Or is it the lows?
It might be the lower
song.
yells.
Which
might be-
one? Which song? Name the song. Because
Oh.
we're terrible. Because like I've taken over like the main vocal duties lately, but some of our older stuff, Brian sang on a lot of it. That's back when I used to play bass for the band as well, and even in the beginning, I played guitar and vocals, and
Okay.
yeah, things have changed quite a bit, and we're just kind of doing whatever we want, you know?
My screams were more, they were a lot higher typically. And if we needed like a low kind of roar type thing, then Sean took care of that. But yeah, it depends on the song. I think we started off where, like Sean said, he was playing guitar and doing vocals. I was playing guitar and doing vocals. And the idea in the beginning was kind of like a Taking Back Sunday vibe, where we would kind of bounce back and forth on vocals.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as the band evolved, Sean ended up playing bass, you know, because we went through bass players and couldn't find somebody reliable. And guess who's reliable? We are. So,
Yeah.
so, you know, Sean took over on bass. And then as time progressed, I guess, yeah, Sean just kind of started doing more of the prominent vocals, and I kind of started to back off a little bit.
So then
I told him to. I told him to.
Sean's very controlling.
Yeah, I'm a dick.
Just kidding. I'm the controlling one.
Yeah, actually, that's true. You're a fucking dick.
Sean's like, hey, move that light a little closer. I need it on me, just me. There we
No,
go.
no, I
Bye,
did
Brian.
not. No. I'm actually not like that at all. I'm just pretending to be I'm just trying to be entertaining. Just trying to have fun. Just trying to have fun.
You're good.
Stick around.
You're good. Okay, well then that said, then Sean, I think your screams, your yells have very like I could totally hear. And Nick, I am so sorry. I don't remember what song it was.
Wow,
What
dude.
I want to say.
Name five. You call yourself a Black It Out fan? Name 5 songs. You can't even do it.
Well, okay.
We're hanging up.
Hold on. Let me look at my.
You better hurry up. No, I'm messing with you.
I know Reflections.
Reflections. Yes, I did. Actually, most of the screams were Colin.
Well, what about? Okay, I think it was the first song off of the. Oh my gosh, what song? If Looks Could Kill. I think it's the first song off of If Looks Could Kill. I think there was some screaming in the middle, or
that's all Sean.
Oh yeah, that was all me. Yeah, that was Waited for You.
I think that's it. Yes, I think that's it.
The words were, if the words of poets were true, I wouldn't be missing you. If that's how that goes, like that. That's like the second verse. My God, man. What's up, bro?
Hey, I can barely remember my own lyrics for my own band. I mean, come on.
What do you do?
You know, that's funny because I was on the phone with Sean yesterday, and I had the green screen set up because I'm filming for a couple of music videos for 2 singles we have coming out.
Nice.
And so we're kind of running through the music video, and we're talking about, you know, what's going to go on each part. And I'm like, what are the words for that part again? What is this part about? I can't remember. And I literally forgot 100% of the lyrics for the song. And it's our single that comes out, next Monday?
Next Monday on the 2nd, May 2nd. Live, Laugh, Love featuring Andy Negative. Shout out to Andy Negative. Yep.
I don't know who that is. All right, cool.
How do you not know what Andy Negative is? He's like all over TikTok. He's like emo's most hated man.
I'm not a TikTok fan, and I don't have it. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of TikTok either. But
I don't believe you.
he tells me he's the most hated man on TikTok.
Oh, really?
No, but Andy Negative's going to be on our next single, and he's a real cool dude. He's really into the pop punk, and he did have lots of haters from TikTok from his song. What's that song called? Oh my God, When We Were Young. And you should check that out. It's a pretty interesting song. I like it a lot, and he got a lot of hate from it. So I was like, yo, Brian, let's do a song about Karens, dog. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, Karens, dude. You know, Karens. You know, the people that scream and yell for the manager. And he was like, all right. So we did it, and I was like, yo, I got the perfect guy for this. And he's like, I showed him Andy Negative, and I was like, let's do this. And Andy Negative's now our feature, and he killed it.
Nice.
Killed it.
I wanted to compliment you. I'm sorry, all that to compliment you on your screaming, because it reminded me very much of if you took out the music or just made it even a little more like raw, like just like a more of a muddy tone. Like I could totally hear you being in an absolute like a hardcore band, like back in like the day for me.
Like the 90s, 80s.
Yeah, exactly,
like
exactly.
this,
the 90s hardcore scene.
Real
exactly.
hardcore.
It
like
totally
real hardcore
has that sound. And I love it because I'm listening to your screams and I'm going, dude, I could totally just hear you singing on something like from like Agnostic Front or Gorilla Biscuits or Unashamed or, you know, Focused, a bunch of these like hardcore bands. So
guess we need to change our sound, Brian.
all you need is to bust into some like, you know, some faster beats and you got it.
We could do this. We can make this happen. What do those guys sing about? This town sucks. I like pizza. This town sucks. Is that what they sing about? Or
No,
is
it's
that
like
pop punk?
That's pop punk, yes. There's more about, you know, screw the man and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Happy to.
This is Scotty's show, so Scotty's the man. Screw Scotty!
Thanks. Welcome to my show. See you later.
Oh, I screwed us.
Let's go to kind of continue from your beginnings. And when you guys kind of like started chatting and back and forth and whatnot, what gave the idea to be like, hey, well, let's start our own band? And what kind of brought that on? Was it just hanging out and just talking music constantly?
I think it's because, you know, we started to bring Shaun into the band that I was playing in as the bass player, but, you know, he was kind of joining a sinking ship at the time. And so once that ship had, you know, finally sunk, then we were like, okay, well, let's try something here. You know, so then we called up another drummer friend that I knew from a previous band and started jamming with him. And, you know, the rest is history.
Yeah, and I knew the bassist. So we just kind of put two and two together, actually literally two and two together. And that's how we started. And there's also a huge reliability factor that was a big thing. Brian and I both always like kind of shared like a similar vision. Like we're always like on the same page musically, almost always.
Yeah.
And if we're not, we're usually pretty flexible and we're like super reliable. So, you know, instead of, you know, not coming to practice for the 10th time and, you know, having a lame ass excuse, we're always there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
but the fact that you have one other person and you guys see eye to eye and you do click, and it's kind of like with me and Aaron, we really do just click and we just see eye to eye. It's such a nice fit to, and it's very comfortable and it's at ease, and it should be at ease, because if there's any kind of, you know, ego or anything like that, it's not worth the headache anymore. I mean, I'm 43 and I was in those bands and it's just like, it so wasn't worth it, you know?
Yeah, that's why, you know, we were talking about studio bands earlier, and that's kind of why we've shifted gears over to become more of a studio band per se. And, you know, we don't really do live shows anymore because, you know, on top of, you know, living in separate parts of the state, you know, it's just relying on those other people, you know, to contribute and to show up. It's not worth it. You know, we're too old for that, you know?
Did you guys ever think about like, even just, okay, like for instance, and I know I've said this on the show too, but have you ever thought about like maybe just doing like a gig here and there, maybe just to kind of get yourself out there a little more, to kind of like, to kind of be with another band, open for another band, just to kind of have some sort of presence, you know? Because I know I've personally been feeling a little bit more convicted of that in a way. Like I want to play like really bad. Now that I'm a studio band, I want to be playing live. When I was a live band, I wanted to be in the studio.
Are you asking us to join your band?
No.
You said no?
No, no, no,
Ouch.
no.
Oh
Sorry.
my goodness. Rude. I'm not going to be insulted on your show, Scotty.
I'm sorry. I'll edit this part out too. Okay.
Oh no, I was
All
only
smiles.
kidding.
All smiles.
What do you do in your
I'm
band,
teasing
Scotty?
you.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, no, I kind of like you guys. Just Aaron and I do everything. I do the bass sometimes, do vocals, do guitar. He
Oh,
does
okay.
bass vocals, all the programming. He's got the studio in his house. I mean, he's been doing engineering since he was like 12. So he's got these things down pat. And now he's actually working on mastering. So now we're gonna be mixing and
Even
mastering our
better.
own stuff. So
Heck yeah.
actually, the song that we just released on last Friday was all mixed and mastered in his house. So that's his first mastering.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I'm definitely gonna have to check you guys out because I thought you were just stage diving with Scotty, and that was it. So
Oh, yeah,
my ignorance is showing because Brian was all,
that's okay.
"What band is Brian called me today. He was like, "What band is Scotty in?" I was like, "I don't think Scotty has a band." And now here I am. I'm like, "Oh wow, wow,
No, it's
wow."
it's okay. But yeah, so that's what we do. We go back and forth. The same with I'm sure like you guys, someone writes a riff, sends it. What do you think of this?
Yep.
Good. You got any melody for it? Well, okay, you work on that. Okay, and then I'll work on the bass then if you're done with that. And kind of. I'm sure. Do you guys do that? How do you guys do with
Yep.
your recordings?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it right there. Yeah. One of us has an idea and then we just kind of bounce off of it and share responsibilities. Sometimes Shaun's programming drums, sometimes I'm programming drums. The last few releases we've actually hired a drummer to play on, but it always starts with like a programmed foundation.
Sure.
But yeah, that's exactly what we do.
What do you guys? Did you guys use a Pro Tool or a DP or
Pro
Pro
Tools.
Tools.
Pro Tools? Okay. What drum software do you use?
So we were using Steven Slate, but recently we switched over to Get Good Drums.
I've heard of that one. I've heard of that
Yeah,
one. Is it any good?
It's leagues ahead of all of the other ones. I've tried them all at this point, and I'd say that Get Good Drums, you can't tell the difference. Like when I hear Steven Slate drums in a song, I know that I'm listening to Steven Slate drums. They sound like programmed drums.
Yeah.
But Get Good Drums, they, the rooms that they record those samples in sound so good and natural that you can't tell a difference.
You said you tried them all. What did you think of like Easy Drummer and
Superior Drummer?
Superior Drummer? Thank you.
Yeah. I have Easy Drummer. I had an older version of Superior Drummer. They're whatever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You and Aaron should go head to head. That'd be interesting.
Fight.
Yeah. Well,
Fight. Actually, Brian's an engineer too, so maybe they should fight. There can only be one.
Aaron works out. That's all I know. I don't know if he knows any, karate chopping moves.
I stopped working out before the pandemic and decided that I just wasn't going to work out ever again. So, yeah.
Brian fights sturdy though.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
lots of biting.
Pocket sand.
Yes.
You know what? You're in luck. I wasn't paying attention.
It's okay because I just saw you put the real Scotty Bussy.
That's me, the real Scotty Bussy. I'm stage diving with Scotty. Get out of here, imposter. I'm solid Scotty. You're
Solid
liquid. Wait,
Scotty.
I'm liquid Squatty. Squatty? Squatty.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna edit it all. I'm gonna leave that.
No,
right
don't edit that out. Leave
Nope,
it in.
It's in.
Leave it in.
I actually wanted to ask you about, as far as you were talking about the connection between you two and as far as what you wanted to accomplish. Was it, now when you guys started writing songs together, was it a thing of, I have some pop punk kind of, riffs mixed with some hardcore, mixed with some easy core, like, and what do you think? What should we do? Did you kind of have like a debate of like what kind of style or genre you're going for? Or was it just something you like, I have this riff, let's just go with it and see what happens?
When we
my
first
favorite band of
Oh,
all
sorry.
time is O-Town and 98 Degrees. And I was really pushing for that, but Shaun's doesn't really have any rhythm. It can't dance very well.
That's not very nice. Why do you say that about me, dude?
You've nailed the sound. Sounds just like him. No, how did it work out for you guys when you kind of like started bringing music to each other? Was it a certain style, or was it just like, let's just see what we got?
Yeah, I think our influences are kind of all over the place. If you listen to our earlier stuff, not one song on that EP sounds the same. And it was really hard to define a genre. When we played shows, we never really fit in on any of the bills because either we were too heavy or we weren't heavy enough.
Yeah.
And so we kind of shifted from there, and really, I would say, within the last several years, really tried to hone in on one style or subgenre of music. I don't know, what would you say, Shaun? I know at the time when we first started the band, we were both like super into Trivium, but we also really liked all that
Atreyu.
post-hardcore stuff like Atreyu, yeah. And so I feel like we were kind of trying to blend the sound of anything from that pop punk post-hardcore to that sort of like new metal. I don't know if new metal's the right
No,
subgenre,
no,
but
no.
whatever you
Post
would.
hardcore. We're trying to blend like punk and hardcore, like really bring out the elements of both of them. And I don't know if that really worked out too well. Um, I don't know. Like Brian said, we were too heavy for some of the bills and
Yeah.
too light for other bills, and so it didn't really. I don't know. You know.
You know what, that made me think of something off topic but still on topic. One of our songs is High Heels and Dangerous Streets. It was the first song made it on 98 Rock's Local Licks. And that song was probably at the time the heaviest song that we had written. So I'm surprised 98 Rock played that song. And I said the F word and they didn't beep it out.
Are
They
you
didn't?
serious?
Yeah. I think they didn't catch it because I was screaming, and it was such a heavy scream that
Oh,
they couldn't
okay.
tell.
Okay. I I don't really listen to him very much. Not anymore, but I mean that sounds bad, but no, but that's
No,
cool though.
no.
But that's a pretty cool thing. That had been well, yeah, I mean that had been really exciting for you guys to be played on like a local radio station. Did you guys film it at all or record yourselves? Like what was it the movie? What was that movie? That thing you do where you're like running down the street and telling
Oh,
everybody, I'm
yeah.
on the radio.
We kind of did a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I mean
I-
this was the early 2000s, so I mean I put a cassette tape in the the radio, and
Yeah.
I recorded on the cassette tape, and who knows where that is now.
Oh, that's a shame. That's awesome though. That's cool, man.
I told my mom.
Yeah, did she listen?
I think so, maybe. I don't know.
Very supportive, I could see.
No, she's great. She's
like,
great.
good job.
No,
So, yeah,
Sean's
yeah.
mom's awesome. She's super supportive. We actually practiced at
supportive.
his house the whole time that we were a band.
My
Nice.
poor mom, dude.
Yeah.
You
And
were so
and
loud.
somehow Sean was late to every band practice.
Shut up. No, I wasn't.
Wait, how is that even
Was I really?
possible?
I remember I'd be turning the corner onto his street and he'd be in sweats jogging, and I'd roll my window down. He'd say, "Hey, I'll be back in like 10 minutes. You guys go ahead and set up."
Did I really do
And
that?
then
I did not do that.
And then so I'd start setting up and he'd get back and he'd say, "Hey, I got to take a shower real quick."
Did I really do that? Man, I sucked in my 20s, dude. I really sucked. I'm sorry, Brian.
Priorities. These guys will wait for me.
He's the singer, he's the diva. It's expected, right?
Sean, what were some of your influences as far as like? Well, I'm sure there's different influences for like singing and different influences for writing music, right? What were yours?
Which one? Which one do you want to hear first?
Both.
At the same time? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For singing, I actually took voice lessons from my friend Michael. So I don't know. Man,
You don't know who
I
your
used to-
influences are?
used to be Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. I really like that guy.
Yeah.
I really like that guy's voice. Really cool dude too. But I've been listening to a whole lot of like local stuff, and I'm trying to like really become me. I'm really
Yeah.
trying to like find what Shaun sounds like, which is more difficult than you think, because you think it's probably pretty easy, but I'm probably
No, I think
overthinking
it's
it.
very difficult.
Right. So I'm trying to like get away from the whole influences thing. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to sound like this guy, but I do want to sound like this guy, but I shouldn't. I want to sound like me. So that's what we all should do as vocalists. So the influence thing, it's kind of something I'm kind of like trying to cut for now, you know, until I find a solid foundation of who I am as a vocalist. So I think
Yeah,
that's
it's like writing, you know, what we're trying to do is write the song around the vocals and you know, like the strengths of the vocals, rather than, you know, most rock bands. I feel like, you know, they a lot of times they'll write, you know, a bunch of cool riffs and stuff, and then it's like vocals are an afterthought, and it's like, let's make the vocals fit now.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I think that's really smart because you want it to. I would think you want them. Yeah, you want them to stand out more than just the riff. But as far as what you have to say, I think it's going to be what's going to be more memorable.
I think so.
No,
But
my
our
opinion.
next few singles, our next few songs are going to be written in our old fashion, which are, you know, we play the write the music and then we make the vocals fit, right?
Mhm.
So unfortunately, our next few singles are going to be like that. So we're gonna get to it as soon as we wrap up what we already have written. You know, why throw it away? You know, we're going to, you know, put it out, put it out there, and then probably, I don't know, when do you say, Brian, the next 3, 4 singles coming out?
Yeah,
We'll actually start doing that.
yeah, I'm trying to think what we have in the pipeline right now. So
But there's nothing
One,
wrong
we
with
yeah,
got
that.
three. We
There's
at least
nothing
got
wrong with
three.
that too, though.
No, there's nothing.
As
Nothing
far
wrong
as
with that.
doing that the other way around. But yeah, you got another three before you kind of like more going to be more focused on it.
After the 3 or
Yeah.
4, maybe 5. I don't know. I can't count. I'm a music. I'm gonna count the 4, man.
Would you now as far as your I like what you're saying about like trying to find your sound with your vocals. That is such a tricky thing as
Oh yeah.
so now you've had lessons. I haven't had any lessons, and I think this summer actually I'm going to actually go pay and get some actual lessons. But yeah, it's
I
such a
know a guy.
it's such a it's such a frustrating thing. It really is trying to like I know what I know what I can do to an extent, but I can't go further. Like a guitar player. When you're just doing the same thing over and over, you grab the guitar, you kind of hit the same chords, you kind of hit the same kind of flow, and you go, where am I going to go from here? You know, if at least that's for me. That's me personally speaking. I'm stuck as a musician as far as guitar wise, and I'm stuck as a singer too. And I'm just like, I need to do something. I need to progress. I may be 43, but I know I can do better. I just need to sit down and focus and do it. I need to find how I sound too, you know, because I've never done rock like the Spacing Effect. My singing's always been like very emo, very old school. It's called elder emo now, like Sunny Day Real Estate and Mineral and Get Up Kids and that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of used to like, you know, just a little very up and down, but not like explosive and huge dynamics and stuff like that, like rock is. So I mean, I'm sure for you, Sean, it was. I mean, starting off learning and then where you are now and then where you want to be is quite a huge. It's a lot of steps to kind of go through to find your voice.
It is, and I still haven't. I'm nowhere near it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I constantly fail. I always send Brian a track, and he says, "Nah, you sound like you're doing karaoke. Nah, you sound lazy on this one. Nah,
Yeah.
nah, you suck. Nah, you sound like Beavis." That's the most recent one. Like, you know, I sound like Beavis, and I'm like, my feelings, Brian, my feelings. And I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
he's
But
not
you know,
he's not kidding. I do say
I'm
those
not.
things,
I'm not. He's
but
a fucking dick.
it's not as bad as it sounds. Our relationship can handle it.
Oh, there you
No,
go. That's
we're
good.
good. We're good. Honestly, like I need to hear those things. Like
Yeah.
if you want to grow as a singer, you need to hear that shit. Like, dude, like one of your best friends telling you that, you know, you fucked up. It's not that big of a deal. Like, cause you need to hear it. You need to grow. Yeah, sure, you're gonna be emotionally hurt, not by him, but because you think you've done goofed. Like not by him. Nobody's gonna say anything. Nobody can make you feel anything you don't want to feel, right?
Yeah.
So like he could tell me I'm the worst singer in the world, whether I want to believe him and bring that into me
Yeah.
is a totally different story. But it's in me. Like last night I was recording, absolutely failed, absolutely bombed. I sound like Beavis the whole time, and it was horrible. It
Yeah.
was horrible. And I thought it sounded pretty good at the time, but it was like 3 in the freaking morning. I was recording at 3 in the morning because my wife's not here. She's on a trip. And I'm like, let's get some stuff done. And
Yeah,
then like
I
when
know
I was
that
done,
feeling.
yeah, you know the feeling. You know the feeling. And then I and then I wake up the next morning, I'm all bummed out. But yeah, no, it's kind of depressing, right? Because like you spend hours recording, because vocals are some of the hardest parts of in the recording process of all time. Because your voice is fragile, right? Like if you mess it up, it's done. It's over. You can't record anymore. And then like you got to do take after take after take, and you got to find that tone. You got to then you got to get the groove, right? You got to get all these things, all these different things, and you got to get those lyrics. You got to deliver them with the proper attitude, the proper emotion. Like there's so much to it where like you could really fuck it up. Yeah. And that's what I did last night. Fucked it up. So it's okay. It just bums me out. I'm getting over it. I had a shower. I took a little nappy nap, and I got over it. You get over it. You beat yourself up for a little bit, and then you go, fuck it. What are you gonna say if I turn my life around and head back to your town? Out of line, out of sight, out of luck. Yeah, I still feel like I'm stuck here. I'm not sure what's going on. Gotta get away from this only time will let you go.
Do you guys plan on doing any covers of your own?
We already did.
Yeah, I think the last cover we did, we changed the key and decided never to do a cover again.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah. What song was that? Was Halloween.
As Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, that was an A minor, I think, and then we switched it to B because my voice is a little bit higher than Danzig's. So yeah, that done screwed me up.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that one. I'll have to go back and listen to that one. Okay.
You don't have to.
Not really proud of it.
No, it's okay. Actually, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot better because I redid it last year. Like I wasn't proud of it when it first came out, but now it's actually pretty good. Yeah. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I think the second time around it sounded a lot better.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
We actually changed it up a little bit. So like it's not just Halloween. It's got some it's cool. It's different. It's not just straight up punk. So we
cool.
made it our own. It our own. It's pretty cool.
Did you guys do the same exact thing with Halloween?
We changed it. Brian, I blame Brian on that one.
Yeah. I hate that song. So when Shaun wanted to cover it and I didn't want to, then I basically said, all right, well, I'm gonna make some changes here and try and make it a little bit more our style. And so I kind of tried to take Danzig's chord progressions, but then Danzig also has two versions of that song and they both sound completely different from each other.
Really? Okay.
So what I tried to do was take both versions and then kind of turn it into one song. So when you listen to the song and you've heard both versions, you can kind of hear the original version in there, and then you can hear his second version come in to the song and then kind of transition back to the original.
Actually, we leaned more in on the. Sorry to say, actually, sound like a neck beard, but we actually did the whole. Danzig's other band. It's spelled Samhain, but it's actually he pronounces it Samhain. Did you know he had another band after the Misfits?
I never knew how to say their name, but I knew of them. Yeah.
Well, the proper pronunciation, I sound like a know-it-all now. Like, here we go, neckbeard. I just mentioned that. It's actually pronounced Samhain. But it's spelled Samhain, and he calls it Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain because it's like a Gaelic thing. Let's just drop that. But but we actually did Halloween 2 from that version as the bridge, because Misfits songs don't really have a bridge. They're just all like power chord, more power chords, more power chords, and then it ends, right?
Yeah,
and everyone gets all sweaty and and like that's that. So we were like, we're a little more, we want a bridge. We want to make this more interesting. So yeah, we put Halloween 2 as our bridge, which I thought was really neat. So yeah, we really, really made it our own.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, do you guys plan on doing any more? You feel like it was too much of a headache?
It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for a minute, I think we were liking the idea of just doing like a Misfits cover album, but I don't know. I think we're over it.
We're over it. Over it. Hated it.
Yeah.
No, but we were actually talking about. You were talking about something to do with Bry Guy. Or do you know? There's a cat not out of the bag with that one yet.
What are we talking about?
What were we talking about?
Bry Guy stuff.
What about it?
Never mind, Brian. Never mind. And I want to try and like tell everyone what you're planning to ruin it. Last time I was sober, we were listening to some music, and we were listening to some old stuff that you wrote, or old stuff that you did, and we were like, "Hey, you should do that for Bry Guy," and you're like, "Oh yeah."
I honestly, I
you know what?
Even remember.
Screw you. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it no more.
So wait.
Wait. I know what you're talking about.
Bry Guy.
I know what you're talking about now. I totally forgot about this. This just shows how busy I am. We have so many releases in the pipeline that we're like either halfway into or we're making progress on that. This totally slipped my mind. I don't want to talk about that.
All right, then shut up.
Is he like your own like solo stuff or?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cover song. It's Whatever You Like, the rap
Probably
song.
shouldn't have told people that.
I'll cut it out.
But the song is done, and but I wanted to get a few people in the music scene to come in and do some like guest vocal spots.
Oh, there you go.
But like get like 3 or 4 guys, like do the whole rap thing, like just get everybody in there.
Oh,
and have them like throw down the chorus and
Wow. Well, who would you oh, no, you said you don't want to talk about it. Never mind.
I actually haven't asked anybody to do it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, when asking, for instance, Colin from Promise Game, how do you approach these guys when you want to like guest vocals for some of your songs?
I don't want to tell my secret.
I was talking with Colin. I don't even remember how the conversation started, but I asked him if he would do something on one of my solo songs. Shaun and I both, released music independently of Black It Out as well. And the direction I had been going for a little while was to get other singers to do 100% of the vocals on the song. And then I was just doing all of the music and kind of producing a song. And so Colin was on one of my songs, and that went so well that Shaun and I decided to start featuring vocalists on our songs. So we thought, hey, let's hit up Colin.
Very cool. And he was totally up for it.
Yeah. He was super down.
He didn't choke you for any money?
Just a little bit, but I called him daddy, so it was all good.
Wrong, Scotty, wrong choice of words. All right.
That stays in.
You read my mind. Oh, Lord. No, that's cool. I mean, that's such an interesting thing nowadays, right? Just hitting up people and just, hey, do you want to do something? And a lot of people are really open and up for it, which is really, really cool to see.
Believe it or not, yeah.
It's so cool to see that. And that was really cool. Even Colin, just to be on the show, he's like, hey, you taking submissions and stuff? And he's just like, I'm like, yeah, why not? Sure. That's what this is about. So I love that some people are just like, yeah, let's just take every opportunity we have. You guys, I'm sure you guys got loads of merch too. How do you work with
we
that?
have none.
You guys have no merch at all?
No.
I told Brian to do it.
We used to do merchandise back when we played live shows, but once we kind of turned into a studio band, I don't think that we've really had any merchandise. Yeah, apparently it's all on me.
Yep. You gotta do that.
Because Brian's
stuff,
not
dude.
busy enough.
So am I. But he's like super good at like making t-shirts and stuff. He's like really, really good at that. So I'm like, Brian, you got to do this. Brian, come on, Brian.
Yeah, no, I actually am a creative director at a branding agency. That's my day job. So
Well, there you go.
So, yeah.
Wow. Nice.
So we're all looking at Shaun. I guess Shaun is like, no, Shaun knows what he's doing because he sucks. I would just like do a little stick figure on a t-shirt and be like, black it out, yay! And nobody wants to buy that crap.
Well, I mean, except for the people who bought the Pearl Jam shirt with the little stick figure in it going, yay! Do you remember that? You remember that shirt,
No.
right?
I wouldn't have said it if I knew.
No, it said Pearl Jam.
Damn.
You
I
don't
could have
remember?
been a millionaire.
Dude, I mean, it's the simplest shirt ever. Pearl Jam, and it shows a stick figure like this. Aaron actually has that tattooed on his leg. Actually, do you guys have any band tattoos on yourself?
Nah.
No.
I don't have any tattoos.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
no tattoos.
You guys aren't rock and roll, man. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Excuse me? How dare you? How
Nothing,
dare you assume my
entertaining.
rock and roll status? How dare you assume? Cancel Scotty. Hashtag cancel Scotty.
There you go. Get it going, man. Get it going. Let's get this thing viral. For all 800 people that follow me. No, merch, it's funny. Merch has been fun, but it's also a pain in the butt. So I can see where you're not really too jazzed about that, Brian. So, but
Taxes.
that
Yeah.
too. So so then just the Future Free Guys is pretty much these just kind of do single after single till the next kind of collective, or
Yeah, so we do bi-monthly singles, and kind of the months in between those singles, that's when we're releasing like a music video or a playthrough or something for that song.
okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys do for the videos? Do you just kind of you film yourself doing something and then Shaun does something and kind of
Sometimes we
together?
do it that way. Sometimes we'll actually get together, for our music video for Reflections. I drove to Shaun and we met up. We had a drummer come out and to be the drummer in the music video, and we filmed it in a shed in the back of Shaun's backyard, and made it all gritty and stuff.
It's already gritty, bro.
Yeah. It really was.
I had to spray the spiders out with a hose. Remember that?
I do.
Remember when I sprayed it out? They're all like just running everywhere. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in there. But we did it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, just yesterday I had a green screen set up, and I was recording for a couple of videos that we're doing for 2 songs coming up. And Shaun will be doing the same, and our guest vocalists on both of those songs, they'll be doing the same, and then we'll kind of be putting it all together so that we're all together.
Now, do you edit those yourself?
I do, yes.
That's an interesting thing too to kind of jump into if you're very new to it.
Yeah. No, I've been doing video editing probably for, I don't know, since probably 2002, 2003, somewhere around there.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what you're doing. Never
Yeah.
mind. That's very cool though. Did Colin did jump in for the video? I haven't seen the video yet.
Daddy Colin.
No,
You
Colin.
gotta call him Daddy Colin.
Colin wasn't in the video because we had actually recorded that song prior to having Colin in it. The song was on one of our
Resurgence.
previous albums that we released in 2019, and then we decided to bring the song back as a single and feature a vocalist on it. So we used the original music video, but still kept Colin's vocals in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, Daddy Colin.
Well, you guys, I have to say, you guys have what 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 albums? Is it 5 albums right now, or more than that? Like EP
One
album.
Oh, okay.
I meant in all, right?
Or-
Three EPs? 1 album, 3 EPs?
Yeah, I think, yeah. So that sounds about right. So 4 total. Yeah.
Okay. So then with the, that's right. You guys did Christmas songs. You did a few Christmas songs.
Yep, we do.
What brought that on?
Brian.
he does Danzig and you do Christmas.
Yeah, so I have a love-hate relationship with Christmas music, and I thought it would be fun to do some Christmas songs. And really, they're kind of anti-Christmas songs when you listen to the lyrics and break the song down.
You're welcome.
But they sound like pop punk songs. If you take the jingle bells out of it, then it's just a pop punk song.
Yeah, I can see that. So both of those were your ideas? Were just 2 songs, right?
Yes.
All right, The War on Christmas, and I forgot the other one was. What was the other one?
Merry Christmas, Don't Get Me Anything.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I like that. Do you plan on doing any more?
Yeah,
Ask Brian.
yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Oh boy.
every
I'm so
year.
thrilled. And
I
Nathan-
actually like it. I enjoy it because it's kind of a challenge. I could, make the most not Christmassy sounding Christmas song.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I like to do. Like, if you listen to The War on Christmas, if you take out the jingle bells and stuff and Merry Christmas Don't Get Me Anything, you can like Brian said, you can listen to it anytime, and
Yeah.
they're some of our best songs, honestly.
Really?
I think so.
Very cool. These 3 songs that you guys are going to be coming out with, well, you said bi-monthly, right?
Bi-monthly, yes.
So do you guys feel like you're feeling more comfortable in your sound? Like you kind of know what you're kind of aiming for now, or do you kind of feel like you still kind of experiment a little bit with each new song?
I think musically, as far as the genre goes, like we've kind of honed in on like the genre, I guess, that we're writing. Which it took us like 3 albums to do that.
Yeah.
But we're still experimenting in a sense of like, what key are we putting this song in? What kind of vocal tones are we going to use? Even like, down to like guitar tones. I mean, I find myself using like a different guitar for each song because I'm trying to achieve a different sound, which is so subtle. Nobody notices the difference in pickups on this guitar to this guitar, but I do.
The real musicians do. Aaron's one of those guys, man. He can hear a gnat fart and he can tell like if something's just off a little bit, any kind of key, whatever, he knows, man. He can hear it and and I can't tell the difference of anything. So see, for you, you could be like, yeah, I did this and this, and I go, sounds good to me. I don't know, Shaun, do you have that same kind of ear, or are you kind of like whatever sounds good, sounds good?
For musically, I'm getting. I mean, I could hear when something's out of tune or what have you, but for like guitar pickups, nah,
Nothing like too
nah,
distinct.
nah. I'm all like, that sounds cool.
So
I
well, then, do you guys both have like little setups in your house, like as far as like just like a Focus Bright or something, and just kind of
Yep.
simple like recording stuff, or do you have like actual like studio stuff in your house?
Yeah,
Kinda.
I've been engineering and mixing and stuff for bands on the side for as long as I can remember. So yeah, I've got a whole setup here, and then yeah, Shaun, you've got a little setup where so you take
Yeah.
care of all your vocals and things at home.
I got a SM7B that I'm talking out of right now, so shout out to that. And I got a Black Lion Audio, a Neve clone that I'm not using right now for some reason, but yeah, I got a Focusrite, and I do my thing.
And so, are you guys primary like instruments the guitar, or do you have like no? I'm actually a piano person, but I do play guitar or anything like that.
For me, I primarily play guitar, but on the records sometimes I play bass. I program, drums if we need synths or, some kind of, a jingle bell. Then I'll do that.
Okay.
So
Same with you, Shaun. Are you kind of just primarily guitar?
My primary instrument was guitar, but now it's vocals because, well, it takes a lot to be a good vocalist.
Yeah.
I don't just sit around twiddle my thumbs all day. I'm actually like actively trying to get better. Like I said, that whole finding yourself thing doesn't, happen overnight. You don't just sit there and wake up one morning like I know Kung Fu. That doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know Kung Fu.
I know you do. Don't that's why I say you guys should fight.
Or you learn in the Matrix. Yeah, thank you for taking time out of your night. It's good to know some sort of Cali friends instead of Texas people for once.
Yeah, dude. It's nice chatting with you, getting to know you, because I've always seen you on the gram. See you there, and now it's great to know that you're an
There's a
actual
sort of
person.
personality with it, right?
Yeah. You're not some bot pretending to be a person.
Yeah.
Like I love music.
Yeah, well, thank God I don't sound like that. Have fun. You're serious, but you also have fun, and well, I mean, come on, I mean, Sugar Sean
That wasn't my fault,
and
dude.
Bry
That
Guy. I
wasn't
mean, that just doesn't. Can't take that seriously.
I didn't name myself. My wife did. She was all Sweet Sassy Sugar Sean, and I was all like, "That's my name, dude. I'm Sweet Sassy Sugar Sean." Because it's so ridiculous. It's so dumb and ridiculous. It's like I should be a SoundCloud rapper. Yo, man, my name's Sweet Sassy Sugar Sam. Popping some Zans, shit like that. But
The new TikTok. I'm telling you, you're gonna be
I
a
should
star.
do TikTok.
There
I
you go.
should,
You
huh?
do that. Do that. That's your name.
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's good? Cash me outside. You know what I mean? Popping some Zans, some Ativan.
I'm gonna message Colin and just say, "Hey, Daddy Colin."
Yes.
Freak him
no
out.
idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Then I'll message him. You know what? We'll do this together.
Okay.
You message him, Daddy, hey, Daddy Colin, and I'll message him, hey, Daddy Colin, and Brian will message him, hey, Daddy Colin, and he'll be all, what the heck? And it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. He'll have no idea, what it's about. And then maybe I'll try to find like some other people to do it. I probably won't go that far, but man, the look on his face would be priceless. Yeah.
Just make it awkward as heck.
I like messing with people. That's one of my favorite things. It's a lot of
fun. We need that. There's not enough of that, I think.
I mean, it's harmless. It's harmless. I'm not trying to like actually scare him. If he actually got scared, I'd be like, oh.
We used to prank call Sean's mom after band practice.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
She never picked up. She didn't pick up.
Always picked up.
Oh.
She was the best. She was the best. Like, we'd even prank call her at 3 a.m, dude. My mom was up. Like, and we would prank call her, and like, she'd pick up and she'd be like, hello. And she would just go along with it. And we're like, I can't tell whether she knew it was me or whether she like was like, she would say things like, oh my God, what are you? Oh no. And she would just stay on the line. And I'm sitting there going like, either my mom is the absolute most clueless person in the world, or she is like so like an expert at just going along with it. And we had fun. And I think my mom was having fun because she was like, oh my God. And like, I don't know. One time Brian was doing a soundboard where it was Howard Stern, and I'll never forget he hit the most disgusting thing. It said like, what, show me your tits. And like he looked at me like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, let's do this.
To my mom.
Yeah, I don't even care, dude. I'm just messing around. Like, I know she's not going to show me her tits. I don't want to see my mom's tits. But like, just to mess with my mom in such a way. And she was so chill about it. She was so edgy, like, oh my God, no, I would never. And it was amazing. Like, just her reactions. And it's like, I still talk to my mom about that. And like, she was like, I knew. And I'm like, oh, Mom. Because like, it's got to be obvious. I'm not home. And someone calling her at 3 a.m, of course that's something I would do. My poor mom, dude. God. I love her though. I love her. She's a great person.
This is stuff you remember though. That's hilarious. I love that.
We had a good time.
So wait, real quick. Who does the socials? Is it both you or just one of you takes care of the black it out stuff?
Usually I take care of like the visual, and then Sean takes care of the caption.
And I do all the talking because Brian, whenever we get a message, it's like, Brian, you got to answer that? You're talking to me.
Okay. That won't be confusing at all, but all right.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. You could just say, is this Shaun or Bryan? I say, hi, Scotty, Daddy.
There you go. All right, guys. You have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the socials, all right?
All right. Thanks for having us on.
No problem.